Feels good to be back in the trap. It's time for our Elite 8 portfolio update for January. Let's see how this year is going to start for us. Now, before we get into this, I want to let you know, if you're new here, no, this is not my precise portfolio. I am holding the projects that are in this portfolio, but not nearly the amount. Not yet, anyway. I strictly put this together to teach us the ins and outs of portfolio management. When I got into this space, nobody making content like this, teaching people how to actually manage your bag. They kept telling you to get the bag and what coins could make you a bag, but they don't tell you what to do when you get the bag. So that's why we're here, ladies and gentlemen. And I think our bag is doing pretty well. We're up 10,000 in 90 days. 10K in 90 days off of 8 coins. All right. That's why I only make the list once a year. We actually peaked out at 21,000 on January 2nd. Now, as I suspected, now that we are about 3 months in, we got a lot of data to work with here. And what it's actually shown me is that now we know what to buy, how much, and when. This is going to be very interesting. And I'm going to do this live too. We're going to start dollar cost averaging with this portfolio. All right. We're going to take the 1,500 that we allocated in stable coins in the beginning. We're going to start busting that down over the next couple of months. So that way we can start learning what that looks like in real time. Now, again, if you're new, if you haven't watched the other updates, I put 1,000 theoretical dollars into these Elite 8 assets. OK, and again, the reason strictly to teach us portfolio management, to learn it myself. Hell, right. And those values haven't changed in the 3 months. You can see here, I'm going to pull up the allocation so that way you can look at them. The percentages change because of the values. So that indicates your weight of your portfolio. I'm using coinmarketcap.com if you want to pick up a portfolio manager like this one. So yeah, our allocations have stayed the same, and Solana has actually gotten back up to the top spot. Solana was our best performing asset since October, guys. We got in at about $21. It's up 400%, almost $4,000 in total profit. Would I be buying more Solana right now? No, I wouldn't. Simple, because it's already up 400%. And I'm gonna tell you something about these assets. When they go on rallies like that, they tend to slow down or move sideways for a couple of months. All right. So there's opportunities to get back in, find your entry point. I don't expect it to go back down to $21 because we're not about to have a correction. We're not going back into the bear. And with that, you're going to be paying probably double or triple the amount that you originally got in at. This is where dollar cost averaging, though, becomes our best friend. That's why I'm going to show that to you a little bit later. But the same story goes for some of the other assets. IMX has been going absolutely crazy. We caught that rally too. We're up 300%. HBAR, CRO also doing pretty decent. Bitcoin and Ethereum starting to make that move up. So this is how I broke it down when I was looking at it this morning. It's like, okay, Solana and Immutable, that's our top tier. Solana, Immutable, CRO. And then HBAR, Bitcoin, Ethereum, that's mid tier. So you still want those to make a move before you decide to buy or whatever you're going to do. We're not selling right now. Don't be selling right now. Okay, please don't do that. But like I said, Solana, IMX, CRO, top tier. They're in profit. They're golden. You don't need to touch those. HBAR, Bitcoin, Ethereum, you're going to want to wait it out a little bit more. But let's go down towards the bottom. Stellar, XDC hasn't really made a move yet. We're only up 16, 17% respectfully. Stellar, we got in at 10 cents. XDC got in at around 4. You can see not much activity has happened since then. So in this situation, you'd want to buy some more. You could definitely buy some more, and it's a justified purchase because you're looking at the rest of your portfolio and you're like, okay, the rest of my assets are good. My balance is looking decent. So let me see where I can, fortify. Fortify, batten down the hatches a little bit more, fortify the defenses. Man, I'm losing my words today. So let's get into this dollar cost average move here, because the math that I did, I wanted to keep it simple. All right, we got 1,500 in USDC. We're going to bust that down 300 a month. So right now, how you would do this in your portfolio is you're going to go into your USDC, go to actions. If you're using the coin market cap one, right? What you would do is your They, depending on the portfolio, you get the option to sell or convert. But what we're going to do with this one is sell these USDC. So we're going to sell 300, and that's just to keep the numbers balanced. All right. We're going to sell that 300 and write that down. Make note of it, because this is why I kept the math simple. 300 divided by 8 is $37.50. Okay. So we're going to take that $37, bust it across 8 assets. Now you're looking like, hey, that's not a lot. What am I going to get with $37? You'd be surprised, because here is where dollar cost averaging comes into play. So taking that $37.50, we're just going to use H bar for an example. You get $1,000 in January for your $37.50, but in February, price goes down a bit, right? So now your $37.50, you're getting 1,200 H bar. Then in March, that same $37.50, you put it in again, the price of H bar has gone up a bit, so you only get 900. So the whole game with dollar cost averaging is taking advantage of those price swings to get the best accumulation that you possibly can. After about half a decade in this space, guys, I've learned that the name of the game is accumulation. You stack these chips and then you wait for the other player's chips to fall. Simply put, right? The whole buying and selling thing. But that's where dollar cost average gives you an advantage. Again, if I didn't kick that clear enough, don't hesitate to drop a question down in the comments, because like I said, I'm going through this learning experience just the same way that you guys are. So we're going to make this transaction. We're going to bust this $37.50 into each of these assets, and then we're going to have an updated balance. I'm going to type this in here. And after we do that, which we're going to fast forward through, actually did it this morning for us, saved us some time. And now you see we got our updated portfolio balance. This is looking decent. And once we get to next month's update, everything is going to settle out, and we're going to see if we gained anything, lost anything. So make sure you subscribe, stick around for that. Now, I want to show you something else too, guys, because I've really been thinking about the direction of the channel for 2024, the direction of just me as a business owner, the brand, network approach here. I'm really looking at this from the perspective of a producer. That's to where we're going here. This index is a list of the projects that I'm going to cover on the channel. Yes, it was 42. All right. But 42 is a lot. And I am just one person at the moment. But we're going to follow these assets, guys, and it's going to allow us to do a number of things. It's going to allow us to focus in on these projects. We can really learn these projects. And then through these specific projects, it'll make us better suited to talk about and discuss other projects and newer projects that are in a similar vein. So you'll notice that the assets on this list we've been covering, we've been hitting on them a lot recently. Some of them are channel favorites, right? And then here's another thing too. You've seen the community post from yesterday where I showed you guys the future of crypto content system. There's a criteria that I'm establishing now for adding projects or removing projects from this particular list. It's going to stay at 22. 22 works, and this will also allow us to do coverage, written coverage on some of the assets that we may not make episodes for. As a matter of fact, you've probably seen the join button under the video. I'm planning on making written content strictly for the members. So if you're interested, might want to check out that button. And I also found a new website last night. All right. This is the last thing I got for you guys. Token Terminal. All right. Now, something that's been on my mind recently. Okay. We're waiting for the point where these assets resemble the traditional stock market. Right. That's the conversation. Well, this token terminal, okay, it gives us information such as profit, loss, revenue, earnings, total active users, daily active users, the information that comes from the treasury of certain assets. Now, I like this website because, for one, if you look at the documentation, the way they gather data is legit. It's based on actually becoming a node operator for a particular chain. So that way they have a first-hand look at the data as it's coming in real time, and they post it on the website. That's mind-blowing to me. But I think that there is a very strong correlation between assets that are making money, generating revenue, generating profit, and those that aren't. Something else we're going to learn as we go forward in this year. But that's all I got for you guys. Again, if you got any questions about that dollar cost averaging, it's something we're going to be going over quite frequently this year. Again, I want you guys to be equipped with all of the tools that I wasn't equipped with when I first got into this space. Okay? Because yes, you can make the money. It's easy. It really is. When you break it all down, it's really easy. But if you haven't seen anything like this, if you're completely unfamiliar, yeah, I can imagine. So that's what I'm here for. With that, you know what I want you to do. Have a great day. Have a prosperous day. And always remember, if the money is digital, so is the hustle.